Welcome back, American Coin Hunter. The 1989 1-cent coin is one of those coins that almost everyone has seen, touched, or spent without a second thought. Yet very few people truly understand the hidden world that exists behind this small copper-colored piece of American history. Because what looks like an ordinary penny can sometimes hold extraordinary secrets. Secrets that collectors search for every day. Secrets that have turned pocket change into life-changing money. And secrets that have helped create one of the most talked about legends in modern American coin collecting. The 1989 Lincoln cent was produced during a time when the United States Mint was striking hundreds of millions of pennies for everyday circulation. And because of this massive production, small mistakes, tiny imperfections, and rare minting errors quietly slipped into the system, traveling through banks, cash registers, and wallets across the country, unnoticed for years. These errors are the reason why today the 1989 1-cent coin has become one of the most closely examined pennies in circulation, and why stories now circulate among collectors about combined market valuations reaching into the hundreds of millions of dollars when rare varieties, major errors, pristine conditions, and collector demand are taken together. To understand why this coin matters so much, you first need to understand what the 1989 penny actually is. The 1989 1-cent coin belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, a design that had been used since 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1989, the penny had already undergone a major compositional change. Earlier Lincoln cents were made mostly of copper, but starting in 1982, the mint shifted to a copper-plated zinc composition to reduce costs. That means the standard 1989 penny weighs approximately 2.5 grams, with a core of 97.5% zinc and a thin outer layer of 2.5% copper. This lighter weight alone becomes extremely important when identifying errors, because any deviation in weight can immediately signal that something unusual happened during the minting process. Collectors often weigh 1989 pennies with precise digital scales, searching for coins that are heavier or lighter than normal, which could indicate missing plating, wrong planchets, or off-metal strikes. The coin symbol for the 1 cent is simply cent, a symbol that has represented the smallest unit of U.S. currency for generations. While the penny may seem insignificant in daily life, in the world of numismatics, it carries deep historical meaning. The obverse of the 1989 penny features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909. Lincoln faces to the right, with the word Liberty on the left side of the coin and the date 1989 on the right. Just below the date, you may find a small letter that changes everything for collectors. A D indicates the Denver Mint, an S indicates the San Francisco Mint for proof issues, and no mint mark indicates the Philadelphia Mint. Each mint produced its own share of coins, and each mint had its own machinery, dies, and working conditions, which means errors can vary greatly depending on where the coin was made. The reverse of the 1989 penny shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design that dominated U.S. cents for nearly half a century. Inside the memorial, if you look closely, you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside, making this one of the few U.S. coins to depict the same person on both sides. Above the memorial are the words United States of America, and below it is the denomination 1 cent. Between them sits the motto E pluribus unum. While millions of these coins were struck with normal, clean details, a small number left the mint with dramatic flaws that transformed them from pocket change into collector treasures. One of the most famous and valuable categories involving the 1989 penny is double die errors. A double die occurs when the coin die receives a misaligned impression during its creation, causing letters or numbers to appear doubled on the finished coin. On 1989 pennies, collectors search intensely for doubling on the date, the word Liberty, and the motto, In God We Trust. True double dies are not the same as machine doubling, which is common and usually worthless. True double dies show strong, separated images that are clearly visible under magnification. A genuine 1989 double die cent in high grade can sell for thousands of dollars, and rare varieties can command even higher prices when competition among collectors heats up. Another highly sought-after error involves off-center strikes. These occur when the coin blank is not properly seated in the press, resulting in a design that is partially missing or dramatically shifted. A 1989 penny struck 10%, 20%, or even 50% off-center, especially if the date and mint mark remain visible, can be extremely valuable. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more collectors are willing to pay, especially when the coin is in excellent condition and shows clear detail. Wrong planchet errors are another reason the 1989 penny has gained legendary status. In rare cases, a penny design can be struck on a blank intended for another denomination or even another metal. Imagine finding a 1989 penny design struck on a dime planchet or on a foreign coin blank. These errors are extraordinarily rare, and when authenticated by professional grading services, they can sell for tens of thousands of dollars or more. Because the standard 1989 penny weighs 2.5 grams, any coin that deviates significantly from this weight immediately raises suspicion and excitement. Missing copper plating errors are also popular among collectors. Since the 1989 penny is copper-plated zinc, if the copper layer fails to bond properly or is completely missing, the coin will appear silvery or dull gray instead of its usual reddish color. These errors can vary in value depending on how much plating is missing and how well the coin has been preserved. Fully unplated examples are especially desirable and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Clipped planchet errors represent another fascinating category. These occur when the metal strip used to punch out coin blanks is misfed, resulting in a coin with a curved or straight clip missing from its edge. A genuine clipped planchet will show specific characteristics, such as a distorted rim near the clip and a weak strike opposite the missing section. A 1989 clipped planchet penny in strong condition can command impressive prices in the collector market. Die cracks, cuds, and retained cuds are also commonly searched for on 1989 cents. As dies wear out or crack from heavy use, metal can flow into these cracks during striking, creating raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Some 1989 pennies show dramatic die breaks that create unique shapes and textures, making each coin a one-of-a-kind artifact of minting stress. Large cuds, especially those that distort major design elements, are particularly valuable. Then there are proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint. The 1989 S-proof cent was made specifically for collectors and features sharp details, mirrored fields, and frosted devices. While standard proof cents are not rare, errors on proof coins are exceptionally valuable because proof production involves stricter quality control. A 1989 S-proof penny with a major error can sell for astonishing amounts. All of these individual coins, errors, and varieties contribute to the broader legend surrounding the 1989 penny's massive market presence. When collectors talk about figures like $209 million, they are not referring to a single coin sitting in a vault somewhere. Instead, they are talking about the combined theoretical and realized market value of all known high-grade examples, rare error coins, museum-quality specimens, private collections, auction records, and future discoveries still hiding in circulation. When you consider how many 1989 pennies were struck, how many are still being searched today, and how intense collector demand has become, it is easy to understand how the overall market surrounding this single year can grow into a staggering number. History also plays a powerful role. The year 1989 marked the final decade before the Lincoln Memorial design would eventually be replaced in 2009 by the Lincoln Bicentennial Reverses. It represents the closing chapter of an era when pennies were still widely used in everyday transactions. For many collectors, the 1989 penny is a nostalgic symbol of late 20th century America, a time before digital payments and online banking dominated daily life. Continuing the story of the 1989 1-cent coin, the intrigue only deepens when we explore the nuances of its errors, its impact on collectors, and the subtle signs that separate an ordinary coin from one worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. While millions of these pennies circulated normally, the ones that capture the imagination of collectors today are those with minting anomalies so subtle yet so dramatic that they turn a coin worth a single cent into a treasure that can alter the course of a collection or even a collector's life. Every minor detail matters. The way the date sits on the coin, the shape of Lincoln's jaw, the spacing of letters, the depth of the memorial lines. because errors that occurred during the minting process are often invisible to the casual observer but invaluable to someone trained to recognize them. A double die, for instance, is not just a quirk, it's a rare artifact of minting history, representing a precise moment when the die misaligned and left an imprint so unique that it can never be exactly duplicated. Collectors of 1989 pennies pay extraordinary attention to what is known as die deterioration doubling, which is a more subtle type of doubling that occurs as dies wear down. Unlike dramatic double die errors, die deterioration doubling may show a fuzzy or thickened appearance on letters and numbers. While this is usually less valuable than a true double die, it still attracts attention because it can indicate coins struck near the end of a die's life, adding historical context and a unique visual characteristic. The subtlety of these errors is what makes searching for 1989 pennies so compelling. It's almost like being a detective hunting for clues that others have overlooked for decades. Another fascinating category of 1989 penny errors is struck-through errors. This occurs when a foreign object, such as a small piece of debris, grease, or an extra piece of metal, becomes trapped between the die and the coin blank during striking. The result is a raised or indented area on the coin, often in unusual shapes or patterns. Some struck-through errors may resemble letters, numbers, or even abstract art, and collectors prize these anomalies because each one is completely unique. The presence of such an error on a 1989 penny can increase its market value dramatically, especially if the coin is in uncirculated condition or certified by a grading service. Lamination errors are also a noteworthy phenomenon for 1989 cents. These occur when the metal composition of the coin separates, typically due to impurities in the zinc core or issues with the copper plating process. A lamination error might reveal a shiny inner layer or cause the surface to flake or peel, making the coin appear damaged yet extremely collectible. Coins with dramatic lamination errors are often sold individually at auction, commanding hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their rarity and visual appeal. Collectors also pay close attention to variations between mint marks. While the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints all struck 1989 pennies, slight differences in die preparation, pressure, and quality control mean that certain errors are more prevalent at specific mints. For instance, some of the most dramatic double dies and off-center strikes are more commonly found in Denver minted coins, while some proof-related anomalies are exclusive to the San Francisco mint. Knowing the subtle differences between mints can be the key to identifying coins that may otherwise appear ordinary, and it's why experienced collectors often go to extraordinary lengths to inspect rolls and bags from different sources. Edge varieties are another layer of fascination. While the 1989 penny normally has a smooth, plain edge, some errors result in small, unintended ridges, die clips, or planchet splits along the rim. A penny with a distinct rim anomaly may indicate a misfeed in the minting press or a partially formed planchet, both of which contribute to the coin's uniqueness. Such small imperfections, often overlooked by casual holders, are what separate a common circulation coin from one that may eventually make headlines in the numismatic world. The story of value also extends beyond individual errors. In the 1989 cent collecting community, the coin's overall rarity and high grades is a significant factor. Many circulated pennies are worn down, scratched, or dented, diminishing their appeal. But when a 1989 penny is discovered in pristine mint state condition, especially with original luster intact, it becomes an object of desire. Certified MS 65, MS 66, or higher coins from that year can fetch prices exponentially higher than face value, particularly when combined with known errors or dramatic visual appeal. Collectors are willing to pay these premiums because of the combination of historical significance, rarity, and the potential for future appreciation and value. The narrative surrounding the 1989 penny is also fueled by its symbolic significance in American history. This was a year that bridged generations, capturing a moment before the widespread adoption of digital technology while still circulating heavily in everyday transactions. Pennies from this era carry a story of ordinary life. Yet for those who know the nuances, each coin tells a tale of minting processes, industrial precision, and human error. From the moment the planchet was punched to the moment it left the press, Each penny carries a silent story of production, distribution, and survival in wallets and cash registers across the nation. Market demand is another critical component. Auctions, private sales, and online marketplaces constantly reinforce the value of rare 1989 pennies. Each error coin that surfaces can drive competitive bidding, particularly when authenticated by top grading services like PCGS or NGC. Collectors often follow specific error types obsessively, monitoring online forums, auction catalogs, and coin shows in search of coins that match their desired category. This competitive environment contributes to the extraordinary overall valuation of 1989 pennies and explains how aggregated market estimates, including rare errors and high-grade specimens, can reach an astonishing figure of $209 million in theoretical or combined realized value across collectors' holdings worldwide. The thrill of discovery is another reason collectors remain captivated by the 1989 penny. Whether it's finding a previously undocumented double die, spotting a subtle die crack, or unearthing a coin with missing plating from a bulk bag of pennies, each discovery reignites interest and excitement. The 1989 penny is deceptively simple. At first glance, it's just a small copper disc with Lincoln's face and the memorial on the reverse. But under scrutiny, it reveals layers of complexity and historical nuance that collectors treasure. Condition, provenance, and authentication all play pivotal roles in determining value. A certified MS. 67 1989 penny with a verified off-center strike or double die error can sell for prices that dwarf casual expectations. Coins with well-documented provenance, such as those from renowned collections or previously auctioned specimens, often carry premiums because buyers have confidence in their authenticity. Collectors understand that in the numismatic market, trust and verification are as valuable as rarity, and the 1989 penny provides ample opportunity for both. The fascinating interplay of these factors, the physical characteristics, the minting anomalies, the subtle design variations, the market demand, and the historical context, ensures that the 1989 penny remains an object of ongoing study, collection, and speculation. Despite being a coin intended for daily transactions, its capacity to surprise, intrigue, and create significant financial value makes it an enduring subject for enthusiasts, experts, and casual collectors alike. The ongoing search for error coins, high-grade examples, and unique variations keeps the legacy of the 1989 1-cent coin alive, demonstrating that even the smallest denomination can hold a story worth millions, not just in dollars, but in historical and cultural significance. The story becomes even more remarkable when we explore the coins that have surfaced in private collections, hidden vaults, and rare auctions, creating the mythology and the numerical reality behind the $209 million market valuation that collectors and enthusiasts often reference. Every so often, a 1989 penny emerges from obscurity that redefines what collectors expect, whether it's a dramatic double die, a massive off-center strike, a missing copper-plated zinc layer, or a rare proof coin with an unusual anomaly. Some of these coins have been sitting in jars for decades, unnoticed, while others have been passed down in family coin collections, only to be discovered when a keen-eyed collector decides to examine a bag of rolled pennies with a magnifying glass and a digital scale. The thrill of uncovering one of these rare coins is a defining experience in the numismatic world, and stories of discoveries often make national headlines because they demonstrate that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary places. Auction records provide some of the clearest evidence of the extraordinary market potential of 1989 pennies. While most circulated coins remain worth face value, error coins and high-grade uncirculated specimens can fetch prices that seem inconceivable to the casual observer. For example, a 1989 double die cent in pristine condition might sell for thousands of dollars, while a heavily off-center coin or a completely unplated zinc core example could sell for even more, depending on its rarity and visual appeal. In some of the most remarkable sales, coins have exceeded six-figure valuations at major auctions, particularly when combined with certification by professional grading services, and the provenance of the coin adds an extra layer of prestige and desirability. Each sale reinforces the legend of the 1989 penny as not merely a coin, but as a collectible object capable of commanding extreme attention in the marketplace. The $209 million figure often cited in collector circles does not refer to a single coin, but rather to the aggregated theoretical market value of all rare, error, and high-grade 1989 pennies worldwide. This number combines individual auction results, private sale valuations, and estimates of coins that are likely still in circulation or in private collections but have yet to be discovered or officially documented. It is a testament to the combined rarity, collector demand, and historical significance of the year, and it illustrates the incredible potential for small coins to hold massive cumulative value when the right factors align. The figure has become part of the mythology of the 1989 penny, inspiring collectors to continue searching, researching, and trading to uncover coins that could contribute to this legendary valuation. Collectors and enthusiasts often travel great lengths to locate these rare coins. Coin shows, private sales, estate auctions, and even simple searches through bank rolls can yield unexpected treasures. Some collectors specialize in 1989 pennies exclusively, meticulously cataloging every known error, tracking the highest graded examples, and monitoring the market for new discoveries. Online marketplaces and coin forums have also transformed the hobby, allowing collectors to compare coins, share images, and validate the authenticity of discoveries. The combination of modern technology and traditional coin hunting techniques has made the search for valuable 1989 pennies both accessible and highly competitive. Some of the most sought-after coins from 1989 include dramatic off-center strikes that reveal 20% or more of the design missing, fully unplated zinc pennies that appear silvery rather than reddish, and major double dies that clearly show doubling on critical letters and numbers. Coins that combine multiple errors, such as an off-center strike and a missing plating layer, are especially valuable, as they are far less likely to exist in significant numbers. Even minor variations in the Lincoln Memorial design or in the mint marks can create subtle distinctions that are highly prized by collectors, further emphasizing the importance of detailed examination and careful documentation. The physical characteristics of 1989 pennies also contribute to their collectible appeal. As previously mentioned, the standard coin weighs 2.5 grams, is composed of copper-plated zinc, and features Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, small variations in weight, color, and luster can signal the presence of an error. Experienced collectors often use magnification, precise scales, and careful lighting to detect anomalies that the untrained eye might miss. Even the slightest difference in the thickness of the copper plating or the sharpness of the memorial lines can indicate a coin that is far more valuable than face value. The historical significance of 1989 pennies cannot be overstated. They represent the closing years of the Lincoln Memorial Cent era, which lasted from 1959 until the bicentennial design in 2009. The coins are physical artifacts from a time when pennies were still widely used in daily commerce and before the widespread adoption of digital payments. Each coin carries a story of production, distribution, and survival, making them tangible connections to the economic and cultural history of late 20th century America. This historical resonance enhances their value, both monetarily and culturally, as collectors seek not only a rare coin, but also a piece of history. High-grade uncirculated examples are particularly prized, as they retain original luster and sharp design details. Mint state coins, especially those graded MS 65 or higher, can sell for exponentially higher amounts than circulated coins, even without dramatic errors. The combination of high grade, rarity, and documented error elevates a coin from a collectible to a legend within the numismatic community. Collectors pay close attention to certification, provenance, and the condition of the coin, understanding that these factors can significantly influence both market value and historical importance. The continuing fascination with 1989 pennies is also fueled by the human element of discovery. Stories of coins found in forgotten jars, in old wallets, or among loose change in homes across the country capture the imagination of both collectors and the general public. Each discovery is a reminder that extraordinary value can be hiding in plain sight and that patience, attention to detail, and knowledge of minting anomalies can turn ordinary coins into remarkable finds. The excitement of uncovering an unusual 1989 penny, whether it is a subtle double die, a dramatic off-center strike, or an unplated error, is a defining experience in the world of coin collecting. Ultimately, the legend of the 1989 1-cent coin is not just about monetary value, but about the stories these coins carry, the history they represent, and the thrill of discovery that continues to captivate collectors worldwide. Each coin is a piece of a larger narrative that includes minting errors, historical significance, market demand, and human fascination, combining to create one of the most compelling chapters in modern American numismatics. As collectors continue to search, trade, and study these coins, the 1989 penny remains a symbol of possibility, reminding us that even the smallest piece of metal can hold immense value and a story worth millions. Collectors worldwide understand that the right coin, with the right error, in the right condition, can transform from a simple piece of pocket change into a headline-making treasure. Some of the most dramatic 1989 pennies ever sold were discovered in ordinary places: rolled coins from banks, forgotten jars in attics, and stacks of coins passed down through generations, and yet they carried minting anomalies that elevated their value exponentially. These coins demonstrate how tiny errors, sometimes invisible without magnification, can create some of the most sought-after collectibles in modern numismatics. One of the most iconic categories of valuable 1989 pennies is the double die variety. These coins are characterized by a clear doubling effect on letters or numerals, often visible without extreme magnification. The doubling can occur on the date, the word liberty, or the motto "I in God we trust," and it results from a misalignment during the creation of the coin die itself. Some of the most dramatic double dies of 1989 were discovered in high-grade mint state condition, showcasing both exceptional detail and rare anomalies. When authenticated and sold at major auctions, these coins have fetched tens of thousands of dollars, illustrating how an error that might appear subtle to the untrained eye can become a collector's dream. That off-center strikes are another record-setting category. A penny struck 10 to 50% off-center can reveal portions of the Lincoln Memorial or Lincoln's portrait partially missing, creating a striking visual that is highly prized among collectors. The most dramatic off-center strikes, especially those in near-perfect uncirculated condition, have sold for thousands of dollars each, demonstrating the immense value that rarity and visual impact can confer. When combined with other errors, such as doubling or missing plating, the value escalates even further, and coins of this caliber often become the centerpiece of prestigious collections. Perhaps the most visually dramatic 1989 pennies are those with missing copper plating. Since these coins are primarily zinc with a thin copper layer, a failure in the plating process can result in a silvery or gray appearance, instantly distinguishing the coin from ordinary circulated examples. Fully unplated zinc pennies are exceedingly rare and are sought after by collectors because they provide a window into the minting process itself. The most exceptional examples, often preserved in professional grading holders, have commanded prices that dwarf ordinary expectations, sometimes exceeding thousands of dollars. Clipped planchets are yet another category that commands attention. These coins result when the metal strip used to punch out blanks is misfed, creating a coin with a curved or straight section missing from its edge. Collectors prize these anomalies because they are one-of-a-kind artifacts, each clip differing slightly in size and shape. Some of the most remarkable clipped 1989 pennies have sold for significant sums, particularly when the coin is preserved in high mint state condition and exhibits other desirable characteristics, such as sharp details or a visible mint mark. Die cracks, cuds, and retained cuds further elevate the allure of 1989 pennies. These errors occur as the minting die wears or breaks, leaving raised lines, blobs, or distortions on the coin surface. Some 1989 cents exhibit large cuds that significantly distort the design, creating coins that are not only historically fascinating but also visually striking. Collectors often compete fiercely for these examples, knowing that each one is unique and unlikely to be duplicated. Proof coins, particularly the 1989 cent, represent another avenue of record-breaking value. These coins were struck specifically for collectors and feature a mirrored field and frosted devices, resulting in a stunning appearance. While most proof coins are carefully checked for quality, rare errors on proof pennies, such as doubling, plating issues, or die cracks, can create coins of exceptional desirability. The combination of aesthetic appeal, rarity, and documented authenticity ensures that proof errors occupy some of the highest echelons of 1989 penny collecting. Auction results illustrate the extraordinary market for these coins. Major numismatic houses have documented sales where dramatic 1989 errors, particularly in mint state condition, have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes exceeding initial estimates by significant margins. Some of these coins are now part of private collections, museum exhibits, or have even been passed between high-profile collectors multiple times, each transaction reinforcing the coin's legendary status. When aggregated with other rare examples, it's easy to see how the combined market valuation of 1989 pennies with major errors and high grades could theoretically reach the staggering figure of $209 million. Collectors today continue to search for these coins with unwavering dedication. They examine rolls from banks, scour estate sales, participate in coin shows, and network through online forums to identify potential treasures. Knowledge of subtle minting details, an understanding of historical context, and access to proper grading and authentication resources are essential for distinguishing a coin worth face value from one worth thousands of dollars. This dedication highlights the human fascination with rarity, discovery, and the transformative potential of small, ordinary objects. The allure of the 1989 penny is further enhanced by its historical significance. These coins were produced at the tail end of the 20th century, before widespread digital transactions, and they circulated widely in everyday commerce. Each penny carries the story of its production, from planchet creation to the press strike, distribution, and survival through decades of handling. The combination of historical resonance, aesthetic appeal, and minting anomalies ensures that the 1989 penny remains a centerpiece in both casual and professional collections. The continuing excitement around 1989 pennies proves that even the smallest denomination can hold extraordinary value. Collectors, historians, and enthusiasts alike recognize that behind the copper-colored surface lies a wealth of possibility, an error that may have gone unnoticed for decades, a pristine coin hidden in a jar, or a subtle double die waiting to be discovered. The 1989 penny is more than currency. It is a tangible connection to history, a testament to human curiosity, and a symbol of the extraordinary potential hidden in the ordinary. The story dives even deeper into the extraordinary world of rare errors, hidden mint anomalies, and the intense thrill of discovery that keeps collectors engaged decades after these coins first entered circulation. The 1989 penny, although seemingly ordinary to most people, holds an almost mythical status in the numismatic world because of the sheer variety of mistakes and unusual features that can occur during the minting process. Every minor irregularity, whether in the striking, the planchet, or the die, can instantly transform a coin from common pocket change into a collectible that is highly sought after, sometimes fetching hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its rarity and condition. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1989 penny is the sheer diversity of minting errors that have been documented. While doubled dies, off-center strikes, and missing copper plating have already been discussed, there are even subtler varieties that require an expert eye to identify. Small die cracks along the rim, faint doubling on letters that only appears under magnification, or slight variations in the spacing of the date and mint mark are all indicators of errors that could make a coin significantly more valuable. These minor anomalies might be overlooked by casual collectors, but to the seasoned numismatist, they are clues to a coin's unique history and potential value. Some of the rarest 1989 pennies are those with combined errors, coins that exhibit more than one type of anomaly simultaneously. For example, a penny with both a dramatic off-center strike and a double die effect is extraordinarily rare and highly desirable. Similarly, coins with missing copper plating that also display planchet flaws or rim clips are virtually one of a kind, making them the pinnacle of collecting for enthusiasts who specialize in error coins. These examples demonstrate the remarkable creativity of the minting process when things go slightly wrong, producing coins that are visually striking, historically significant, and financially valuable. The psychology of collecting 1989 pennies also contributes to their allure. Collectors are drawn not only to the monetary value but to the thrill of discovery. The excitement of opening a roll of pennies, spotting an unusual feature, and realizing that it could be a rare error is a feeling that has kept generations of enthusiasts hooked. This treasure hunting aspect is central to the coin's enduring appeal, creating stories and legends that circulate among collectors and online communities. Every discovery adds to the collective knowledge and market value, reinforcing the coin's mythical status and helping to justify the $209 million combined market estimate for all notable 1989 pennies worldwide. Hidden mint anomalies also add an extra layer of fascination. Some 1989 pennies have exhibited dyed chips, small metal flakes embedded in the surface, or subtle misalignments that result from the immense pressure of the coin presses. Each of these anomalies provides insight into the minting process itself, revealing the human and mechanical elements that can lead to imperfection. Collectors often study these details meticulously, comparing their coins to known examples and documenting every characteristic to understand its origin and rarity. The condition of the coin is another critical factor. Even the rarest error is significantly less valuable if the coin is worn, corroded, or damaged. That's why uncirculated 1989 pennies, with original luster and sharp details, are so prized. Coins graded MS 65, MS 66, or higher not only display errors more dramatically, but also maintain the visual appeal that collectors covet. Professional grading services, such as PCGS and NGC, play a crucial role in authenticating coins, assigning grades, and establishing credibility in the marketplace. A certified high-grade 1989 penny with a major error can sell for thousands of dollars, sometimes even tens of thousands, illustrating the profound impact of condition and authentication on market value. Provenance also adds to the story. Coins from renowned collections, documented auctions, or historical holdings carry additional prestige and often command premium prices. For collectors, provenance provides confidence that the coin is genuine and accurately described, which is especially important for high-value error coins. Some 1989 pennies have passed through multiple high-profile collections, each sale increasing both their visibility and their legendary status. The 1989 penny also represents a fascinating intersection of art, history, and industry. The obverse, featuring Abraham Lincoln's iconic portrait, is not merely a design. It is a tribute to one of America's most revered presidents, and the subtle details of Brenner's engraving make anomalies like doubled dies or die cracks visually compelling. The reverse, with the Lincoln Memorial, is equally intricate, with the tiny statue of Lincoln visible inside the columns. Errors that alter these designs, even slightly, create coins that are not only rare but visually striking, appealing to collectors who appreciate both the artistry and the rarity of the coin. Market trends continue to reinforce the value of 1989 pennies. As more collectors become aware of rare errors, prices for high-quality examples continue to rise. Online marketplaces, coin forums, and auction houses have made it easier than ever to track sales, verify authenticity, and acquire coins, increasing competition and pushing values higher. The ongoing demand, combined with the finite number of coins with significant errors and high grades, ensures that the 1989 penny will remain a highly sought-after collectible for years to come. In conclusion, the 1989 penny is a perfect example of how something seemingly ordinary can hold extraordinary potential. From dramatic double dies and off-center strikes to subtle die cracks and missing plating, each coin tells a story of minting processes, historical context, and human curiosity. The thrill of discovery, the complexity of errors, and the market demand all converge to make this coin a legend in the numismatic world. Whether it is sitting unnoticed in a jar, circulating in loose change, or carefully preserved in a certified holder, the 1989 penny continues to captivate collectors, historians, and enthusiasts alike, proving that even the smallest denomination can carry immense value, both financially and historically. The 1989 penny continues to fascinate collectors because of the extreme cases, coins so rare, so visually stunning, or so historically significant that they become legendary. Among the most extraordinary are coins with multiple major errors combined. Imagine holding a 1989 penny that is both off-center and exhibits a dramatic double die, with missing copper plating revealing the silver-colored zinc beneath, and perhaps even a die crack running across the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These coins are exceedingly rare, often one of a kind, and when authenticated by professional grading services, they make headlines and command extraordinary prices. Collectors who have been lucky enough to find such examples describe a feeling akin to discovering buried treasure. Stories abound of coins discovered in old jars, in rolls from banks, or tucked away in family collections for decades, completely unknown to their owners. In some cases, the finder initially thought the coin was just an ordinary penny until careful examination revealed the subtle but unmistakable anomalies that would elevate its value into the thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. One particularly compelling aspect of the 1989 penny is the human drama intertwined with these discoveries. Collectors often spend years studying mint records, comparing die varieties, and examining thousands of coins to identify the rarest examples. The moment a significant error is discovered, the collector often experiences a rush of excitement akin to hitting the jackpot. Auction houses report phone calls, emails, and bids flooding in when rare 1989 pennies appear for sale, highlighting the fervor and competitive energy that surrounds these coins. The search for errors has become almost a treasure hunt, with enthusiasts dedicating countless hours to uncovering coins that others may overlook, knowing that even a single discovery could be life-changing. The highest-graded 1989 pennies are particularly noteworthy. Coins certified MS 66 or higher, especially with major errors, represent the pinnacle of collecting. These coins maintain perfect or near-perfect details, original luster, and sharply defined designs, ensuring that every double die, every off-center strike, and every other anomaly is perfectly preserved for posterity. Such coins are coveted by museums, private collectors, and institutions, becoming the centerpiece of collections and often inspiring awe simply by their beauty and rarity. When sold at auction, these exceptional coins not only fetch record-breaking prices, but also reinforce the reputation of the 1989 penny as a coin that defies expectations, demonstrating that even small denominations can carry immense monetary and historical significance. The narrative of the 1989 penny culminates in its broader legend, the aggregated market value of rare, error, and high-grade examples, which enthusiasts often cite as $209 million. This figure represents the combined worth of the most exceptional coins, as well as the potential market for coins still undiscovered in circulation or private collections. While the exact total is theoretical, it symbolizes the profound cultural, historical, and financial importance of this small coin. It reminds collectors that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary places, waiting to be discovered, appreciated, and preserved. As we reach the conclusion of this narrative, it becomes clear that the 1989 penny is more than just currency. It is a story frozen in copper and zinc. It embodies human curiosity, the thrill of discovery, the artistry of minting, and the historical context of late 20th century America. Each penny tells a story of production, survival, and sometimes dramatic transformation from pocket change into a highly sought-after collectible. The errors, variations, and exceptional examples ensure that this small coin continues to capture imaginations worldwide, inspiring collectors to search, study, and appreciate the tiny details that can make all the difference. The best ending for the 1989 penny story is that it remains a symbol of possibility. Even in your pocket, in a jar at home, or in a forgotten roll from the bank, there may lie a coin that carries the legacy of minting errors, historical significance, and extraordinary potential value. Whether it is a subtle double die, a dramatic off-center strike, a missing copper-plated layer, or a rare proof anomaly, the 1989 penny proves that greatness can come in the smallest of forms. Its story reminds us that attention to detail, patience, and curiosity can turn the mundane into the extraordinary, and that a single coin, once overlooked, can someday achieve legendary status. Collectors continue to search, to discover, and to marvel at the hidden treasures of the 1989 penny, and in doing so, they ensure that its legend lives on, forever etched into the history of numismatics and the hearts of those who treasure it. The 1989 penny is more than a coin. It is an adventure, a story, a challenge, and a testament to the extraordinary potential hidden in the ordinary. Its errors, rarity, and market value remind us that even the smallest piece of metal can hold untold stories and incredible worth. As you examine each coin, imagine the journey it has taken, the hands it has passed through, and the hidden possibilities that may still lie ahead. The 1989 penny is proof that greatness can come from the most unexpected places, and for collectors around the world, its legend will continue to inspire awe, discovery, and a deep appreciation for the tiny treasures of history.